is the cold show coming to you weekly. Black and blue attack on the blitz look quickly. Carolina Panthers since 1995. Keep pounding till the day that we die. Protect the bank, this is our Queen City. Tell the haters ice up the setting, 9 steams 50. JC Horn locking up, that's our seatbelt. Derrick Brown no come down, that's how we felt. NFC South is always the villains. How you gonna stop Bryce to McMillan? The future is now this our division. Carolina Panthers get ready for collisions.
What is up, Panther fans? Welcome to the Cole Show. Welcome to the Blue and Black Attack podcast. Welcome to Mock Draft 2.0 for the Blue and Black Attack podcast. Tonight we're going to talk about the draft coming up naturally as we do this time of year. We're also going to talk about some very, very big things that have happened for the Panthers this week. But first, let me get into it and introduce my boys I got with me this evening. D-Zil Skills, how are you doing, my friend?
Feeling them island vibes, my friend. My Thursday isn't complete until we get a little island vibes going, and now I'm starting to feel better. And let me tell the Panthers fans something real quick, Mr. Cole. If you're not getting excited about this 2026 season, you're flat not paying attention. You're not paying attention, and you're not listening to the Blue and Black Attack podcast because we are laying this out for you. This has been a fantastic free agency period so far, once again, for Dan Morgan and these Carolina Panthers. These Panthers are rolling, and there's just a few more spots left to fill. We're going to cover it in depth tonight, I'm sure, and the draft is coming just around the corner. I think we're less than a month away now from the NFL draft. A lot is going on with the Carolina Panthers. We're on the upside. We just won the division in the second year of Dave Canales. If you're not excited about 2026, you might need to get your head examined, Cole. It's time to get fired up about these Panthers.
How we've come a long way in such a short amount of time when it comes to these free agencies. Jake the Snake, my friend, how are you this evening?
I am doing great, man. I'm kind of living off the high of day one of legal tampering still. I mean, we had a hell of a day. I mean, I don't think any of us really expect us to have a day like we did, but hey, we're living off that high still. And, you know, we kind of got like a little bit of a your connection with Bryce and Collins that we sorely need in the wide receiver room. I'm so ecstatic and happy for where we're at right now as a franchise and going into next season.
That's good stuff, my man. I'm glad you're here with me this evening. Panther Pickle, some say that this might have been the best free agency, at least with those two players that we've had in history, and I really can't argue it. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I tell you, so far as my recollect, I think that we've had a really good free agent.
We have.
I don't know the best in history, but it sounds fun.
It's up there. It's lovely compared to where we've been.
Right. Let me add a little something in there too.
Go ahead.
You know, some may get offended by it, and I really don't give a damn if you're offended or not. Okay. Honestly, I don't. I'm on Twitter. Come tell me how that pisses you off, and I'll tell you go fly and fuck yourself. That's fact. Okay, I'm just a little tiny touch. I'll deal with it, all right? But, folks, when the Panthers make a move, like they made a move this week, and I'm not much happy about the left tackle position, right? So I'm not going to scream and rant and rave and call the guy an idiot and Dave Gettleman or Dan Morgan, dumb son of a bitch, and Dave Canal. That's all childish shit. Grow the fuck up. They signed John Michie, a guy who battled and overcome leukemia his first 2 years in the league. Bryce Young's, what I was told, was his best friend. He's not coming here to replace anybody. He's coming here to fight for a roster spot so he can do his life's dream. And if his presence makes Dan Morgan not draft a wide receiver, then that person Dan should have his fucking job. And if you're jealous because they signed Michie and you didn't get your draft pick, you're not a true Panther fan, and I don't give a flying fuck who you don't like and why I say.
I'm a person. I like Mechie. I think Mechie's going to be okay. I think Mechie's going to be
I
the
do
best
too.
he's ever done here. I don't think we've seen the best from him. I don't.
Right. But I don't necessarily like the left tackle we signed. But
No,
you know
can
what?
critique that all
He's
you
a vet
want. But
minimum.
Can't buy him.
Yeah,
until further
if he
notice.
comes in and all of a sudden plays left tackle better than anybody else in the league, ain't nobody here going to complain. You know what they're going to do? They're going to complain because he signed a one-year vet minimum.
Right. Why'd you just sign him to 1 year?
Yeah.
I can hear it now.
Right. And everybody's going to go back and delete all the posts that how they downed him. That wasn't me. I was hacked. But anyway.
Jake, I want to ask you something, my friend. I'm not going to say that wasn't the biggest. That was 1A, and we have another 1B signing we had this week with Jaden Phillips. What do you think he's going to bring to that? I'm going to say defensive line damn near and linebacker if they make him stand up. What type of player you think are we getting out of him?
I think he's the guy. He's the missing piece that we've been needing sorely on defense. Besides our linebacker position, I mean, he's the guy. He's the yin to our yang, so to speak, to Derek Brown. He's another guy that's going to bring just straight havoc on our defensive line. We've always been needing another guy, so to speak, to go across from Derek Brown, and I think he's the answer to our needs. Really, I'm at static form. I mean, they had that stat up that he had almost at least half the amount of pressures that we had as a whole team last year. I mean. The only thing that's holding him back is his injury history, and I think he beat that. He was healthy all year last season. So I mean, I have full, complete faith in him and on this team and our medical staff to keep him healthy.
D's, you're gonna understand me, and I think Pickle, you will too, because I feel like we went through this last year, and I was guilty. I was one of those fans. If you're not getting the sacks, why the hell are we paying you so much money? It's a take that a lot of fans have, and it's a lazy take. It really is. Yeah. You have to get over that and realize that hurries and pass rush forces these quarterbacks into doing dumb shit, throwing interceptions. And guess what? A fucking turnover is more beneficial than a sack. So sometimes you'd rather have a damn pressure instead of a sack. Deez, I'm so glad you and Pickle got me graduated from that state of mind. So y'all were right with that one. Was wrong. How do you feel about that, and what do you think Phillips bringing? And then Pickle, I want to get your opinion as well.
Yeah, look, and shout out to Jake first of all. Okay, Jake just nailed every one of the talking points that I listened to on the ride home, and I was listening to WFNZ, and Jake just absolutely nailed everything they said, and a little bit more, to be honest. So good job, Jake. But my thoughts of this, as I was listening to that segment and to what Jake just said, was the amount that we're dedicated to Avero, okay? You've got to understand that these guys behind closed doors signed Avero for multiple years. We've signed Phillips for multiple years. He's a guy that fits the scheme straight from Fangio, coached last season, and had a very, very good season, especially with all those pressures. With that amount of pressures put on the Carolina Panthers defensive line, it's going to generate more sacks for guys like Derek Brown. It's going to generate more sacks for guys like Nick Scorton, who tied for the league, for the team lead last year with 5 as a rookie. It's a fantastic signing because we're buying into what Avero's doing finally. We haven't really done a great job of that so far. We started to really do it last offseason, but we didn't do it so much the season before, which is why we ended up with the historically bad NFL defense that we ended up with. So it's important as a team and as a group and as a franchise to buy into what these coaches are trying to do. And the Panthers are now doing it 100%, 110%. So if you want to say that we overpaid the guy to bring him in here, that's fine. I'll give you that. If you want to say that we had to pay a tax to get him here, that's fine. Well. I'll give you that too. You can have it all you want. But all I'm saying is it's good to see Carolina making moves that make sense. We're not making moves to move on from our defensive coordinator. We're making moves that invest in our defensive coordinator and in our defense overall. Because we did have guys on this defense that had a good year last year. The defense made leaps and bounds of improvements. And I think the coaching staff is great. I've said multiple times, I like guys like Jonathan Cooley. I like the way we do the offensive line. We really got a good staff in the building.
We got good coaches.
We're going to see a lot of nepotism, but that stuff is okay with me. And I understand that other fans have problems with it. But overall, I like the signing. And look, their name is on the line. Avero's name is on this. Dan Morgan's name is on this. Dave Canales' name is on this. If Jaden Phillips completely flops, well, then you probably won't have to worry about any of them for too much longer. But the fact of the matter is, I think he's going to flourish in this system, and we're going to be really happy that we made this move in the end, Cole.
Pickle, I want your thoughts on everything, but more importantly, when you saw that number for Lloyd, did your jaw damn near drop like mine did? Because I thought we were going to pay way more than we did. I thought we got off with a really good number with him.
Unmute yourself, Pickle.
I wasn't going to let you go on too much longer. You caught yourself
Dramatic
quick
pause.
Good
We
stuff.
needed that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it did. And the more I thought about it, because it was late at night when we got the news, and I'm laying in bed getting off to sleep, and it dawns on me that, yeah, some would say we paid a little bit more for the edge rusher than we did the linebacker, and that kind of made up a little bit. It really did. I was expecting us to give at least $20 million for Lloyd, but we got him for 15, which kind of makes up for the little extra we spent on the linebacker, on the edge rusher. And it's like you said, though, sacks are nice.
It's
they're
okay.
They're nice, but interceptions, forced fumbles,
they hurt.
Will win a game. And you get a quarterback feeling a lot of pressure in the pocket. He gets careless with the ball. That's where the sacks happen. He tries to move. That's where the interception and the forced fumbles happens, and that's where that happens at. And if all you get is a sack, that's okay. That's nice, but it's not the end of all, be end of alls. The pressure means a lot of older coaches would tell you sacks are good, but I need pressure.
If you can
take
get that
the quarterback
every play
down, that's nice. If that quarterback gets careless with the ball and forces that ball out, it's my job in the secondary for that corner, that safety to intercept that ball.
I really think we're trying to build this line to where we can get some legit pressure with just a basic man front, like a 3-man or a 4-man front.
Right.
And we hadn't had that. And when's the last time you've seen perennial edge rushers coming off and just even inside? I know Derek Brown lacks in the sack game sometimes, but I think he's done a little bit better job as well. And with better help around him, you may have not seen the best with Derek Brown because he's commanding double and triple teams still to this day, and he's getting held every damn play, and they never call it on that man. I've never seen anything like it whatsoever. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and get into this mock draft. Oh, there's one more thing I want to say. Actually, 2 more, and then we'll get into the mock draft. We're going to shout out Metsu one more time because I feel like he's going to be a very special player for us. He's going to do a lot for Bryce. I can go ahead and tell you that mentally and as well on the field. I think he's going to take somebody's job. I think he's going to be out there. I'm not saying he'll be starting slot or be pushed to the 3, but I think he could definitely be the 4 and maybe push for the 3. So we'll never know with that. And then there's one quick thing. I want to tell a quick story about Lloyd. This morning I was listening to the radio and Mac and Bone was talking to Buckner, defensive lineman that played here forever, and he coached him in Jacksonville. He said when he came into the league, he was almost like doing too much. He was the first guy there every day, working out hard as he could. They had to kick him out of the weight room like every single day. He was that type of player. He would always worry. The coaches just said, what do I need to do to be great? How do I become a better player? And he was just like that for a year or 2. And then Buckner said he started to grow into his body, and then he started getting some size to him after years of training, and then that just catapulted him into the player that he is now. So we really got a dog that's coming here that's come up from, not a really highly talented player who's also versatile, because I learned today that he has played outside linebacker as well. So you'll never know when he could be one that could be coming off the edge. So if you have that mix of what we have on this roster, boys, I'm telling you, I think we can have a pass rush for once.
before we move on too, if you don't mind,
Go ahead.
Devin Lloyd. I'm just so glad that we got Devin Lloyd. He was my number one free agent target.
He was ours too, the whole damn
Yeah.
organization, I believe.
I mean, honestly, the linebacker that we've been needing since Luke and Thomas Davis has been gone. I mean, it's going to be amazing to see him on our defense because he can play inside, outside. He's amazing against coverage, and that's what Evero needs in his system. You know, he wants his linebackers to cover. Devin Lloyd that's his number one trait that he's really great at is coverage. He's also really good against the run. He's a really good tackler. I mean, dude looks like he's ecstatic to be here with the Carolina Panthers. I just cannot wait to see him on the football field.
Anybody else want to dabble in that before we start the draft?
No, I just want to say real quick, Yoshi Nyman retired.
Yes. Shout out to him.
And
thank you for your
shout out
service.
to him. I know I did read that we did offer him a contract, and he informed the team that he plans to retire. So that's when they turned around and signed the other guy.
Pickle, some people were giving him a little smoke because he waited till after free agency. But what if he did the shit in the middle of the summer when you were expecting him to be a starter?
I'm all right.
The timing right now is perfect. Do it before the draft.
Right.
And it's a big decision.
Yeah, he didn't do this at camp.
That's that man's
and he
life.
waited. He waited till his contract was up because he respected his contract and he honored his contract. So he didn't retire in the middle of a contract. I've known players that people loved and they retired in the middle of a contract, and the team took some dead money on their cap, and it hurt their next year's cap because this player retired in the middle of their contract. So, he retired at the time that he felt was right. I can't down him for that.
And there was
he, 6 or 7 years in, Jake? I mean, that's a full career.
He was 7 seasons in.
I commend him for holding on that long, especially as a lineman. That's not easy to do.
There was a report too that our last game, which is against the Rams in the playoffs, that after the game he had the whole team sign his jersey. So I guess it was kind of a writing on the wall, so to speak, in a way.
Right.
And he mainly got it because it was such a special season. I have nothing but respect for Josh Nyman, and it was a very solid tackle for us. And I mean, I wish him nothing but the best on his next journey.
Right. Shout out to Tommy Trimble. Shout out to tight end. Shout out to tight end Tommy Trimble,
yes, sir.
who has a $2 million guarantee that triggered at 4 p.m. today.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
So he ain't going nowhere this year.
He's a good blocker. I don't.
He is.
I mean, he's solid. I mean, that was the take that they're not moving on from Tommy Trimble. They're probably going to run that tight end room back, so to speak. I know a lot of people probably don't like to hear that, so to speak, and I know that you're probably not going to like to hear that the running back room is probably going to remain the same as well.
No, both of those positions. Say that, Jacob.
I'm just telling you honestly. The only way I see it changing is if they add in the draft. But we have so much need across the offensive line that a lot of those positions that a lot of people like and it's overly hyped. That's skill positions. According to some, I don't think we're going to really draft anybody along those lines unless it's late in draft.
Right.
Well, see, I'd love to add a running back to this room, Pickle.
Oh, I know you will.
I think I've expressed that many, many times. I won't go too in depth with that. I think
listen,
I need some improvement, some health.
The Nyman news probably lit a fire. Yeah, him retiring lit a fire in that front office. Okay, they, like Pickle said, they offered him a contract. They had a plan for what they wanted to do. We know they liked the guy. We saw him have some good games. We saw him have some bad games too. But we saw him have some good games. And they had a plan, and when he put out the news that he retired, the plan changed. And they reacted, they responded. And I think that's the biggest thing here, that it lit a fire in that front office, that how important left tackle is and how we need to execute this secondary plan of finding somebody to come in and play that position that we can depend on. So I like the fact, like y'all said, of when he's let the Panthers know about this. And I like the fact they responded immediately. Now, they didn't go grab the greatest left tackle in the league by any means, but at least they had an idea of something, a direction to go and something to start doing. And I'm sure we're not done yet. There's still more free agents out there. We could sign somebody else for left tackle. And it also puts more of a focus on it for the draft, just like the Panthers being at the pro day for the guy from Clemson today. the left tackle. There was a lot of news about him and a lot of rumors about him maybe being a guy that we could target in the second round. So I think that the timing of the news was good enough for us to pivot from what we were going to do and move on to what we need to do now. So I like, number one, when the news was released, and then how the Panthers responded. I all the way around, good job by the Panthers on that.
I respect everybody on both sides for doing that. I got a feeling we're going to address this situation. What do you got pulled up here, Pickle? You got the consensus set. And tell everybody who the consensus is. What group is it that does this and they combine the day before?
Get over there now. Okay. The consensus, this is at Pro Football
PFSN.
Right. Welcome, D Money. What's up, brother? Oh, hang on a minute. My fault.
Hey, I'm still happy. I still got the free agency hangover right now. I'm still kind of high off what we added to this team. So, hey, beautiful thing. But I have to say, when y'all started talking about Yash, it brought me down a little bit. It started to sober me up a little bit, because even though I knew that the Icky injury was going to impact this upcoming season, I didn't think that it was going to be as severe on one end, because we would have Yash, and then we would pick up somebody or draft somebody to be behind Yash. Now we don't have a Yash. Now, mind you, when I say this, I have no ill feelings to Yash Nyman. I wish him the best in whatever he is about to do with his life. I respect what he did for us. I'm happy for the short time he was with us. But right now, we are in a bad spot, and probably the most crucial position on the offensive line. And mind you, family, I am optimistic that this front office and this great offensive line coach that we have will come up with some kind of plan, scheme, switch some guys around, whatever they got to do to make it work. But just for us to be in this early stages of it, I do have my concerns. But with me having these concerns, Dan so far has not given me a reason to feel like he's not going to figure something out to remedy the problem. So I feel good on that end, but on this day today, I'm just scared for my line. Like, I was thinking in my head, creative trade ideas to get somebody here. Like it's just, huh?
I understand your sentiment with that, coming up with any kind of scheme or idea to fix it, because it's a serious situation. You're right.
And and see, I'm sorry, Pickle, just one more thing before I go. The reason why I'm so hecked up on this right now is the one thing that everybody says about our quarterback, right, is how small he is, how short he is. Well, he's not going to last long, and this is nothing against him, if he doesn't have some kind of adequate protection on that blind side. And we saw before Icky started to develop and get his groove or whatever, how bad Bryce's game can go down, not really having that blind side protection to a degree. Now, I'm about to get off, and I love every single one of y'all. But the question that I strike to you, what do y'all think personally we're going to have to do to fortify that left tackle and just the depth of our offensive line? And if you ain't with us now, you ain't welcome to the parade. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, D-Money. Much love.
There are two possible folks in free agency I would call up. I would sign both of them if I could figure out how, if I was the GM. Walker, who played for Green Bay, and Smile, who played for the Packers. That's exactly what I would do.
I don't think we can afford Walker, respectfully, Pickle, just because.
Well, we may not. Honestly, we may not. And
I think he's going to come, man, top 10 tackle play, honestly, on the left side especially. I think the answer to what D-Money's question that he just asked, what we should do, expect to do, hope to do, we got to sign a capable left tackle, man. Stone, what the hell's his last name?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Forsyth.
Yeah,
guys.
he is not the answer, y'all. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. He signed for vet minimum. He's a swing tackle guy. He's a guy that can't body, third string tackle. I'd say he's not the and I love our offensive line coach. I was just talking about him earlier, Joe Gilbert. I mean, I think we have one of the best offensive line coaches, so to speak, in the NFL. But I mean, you could take coal, but you can't turn it into gold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I think we have to sign a capable left tackle. He might not be, a diamond or whatever on the market right now, but a true vet guy who can hold it down and also double dip and just draft a tackle. You're going to have to do that, y'all. I mean, I know we all have our mock drafts. I know a lot of us want to go for a more skilled position at 19. I'm sorry, but if you want us to have a great season, you want Bryce Young to succeed, you want this team to succeed, we're going to have to draft a tackle, man. That's just
Absolutely
the end all be all about it.
Absolutely, I agree.
Panther Pickle, you ready to solve some of our issues and fire this draft up, my friend?
Yes, I'm using the consensus, and the consensus is just basically what is well known around the league. I could go the PFSN, I could go ESPN or PFF or the Athletic, or I could upload my own, but we prefer to go to the census right now. It's a 7-round mock. We're here at the Panthers, and it's at normal speed.
So do you want to?
And for those that are wondering, they say that the top, there's 4 top tackles in this draft, and then after that it falls off.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Deez, I hope your graphic don't go to waste, my friend.
Ooh.
Now, see, this is my question. Can the Panthers afford to trade back a little bit? And I don't know that we can.
I don't think so.
I mean,
look what's on the board still.
I think we reject
that.
really don't.
Well,
because I see who's on the board. Yeah, we're rejecting that. We gotta have a serious conversation. What we're ready to do.
Hey, Cole,
good God,
you know what I just said, Cole? Hey, go ahead and scrap that, bro.
Oh, with Sonny's on
now,
there.
Pickle, I know we are loaded at linebacker.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
But we got to have a left tackle, y'all.
Sonny Styles might be able to play left tackle, Pickle.
We're going to skip Sonny Styles, but I will bet my life on it if he's there at 19.
Yeah,
that gets turned in. That absolutely gets turned in.
So we're not going to do it for the sake of the program. We're not doing Sonny Styles.
Right. Now, I tell you what I could do. I could restart this.
Yeah, and it's the first round, so if you want to do that, let's do that. Restart it. We ain't lost nothing. But if the bitch goes down there again, we might have to do something.
Just so everybody knows, if Sonny Styles is available at 19, the Panthers are drafting him, and we'll figure out left tackle. We will always roll Bryce to the right.
Go to camp.
There will be 2 tight ends beside our left.
If Sonny's on the board, I'll go to camp.
That'll be the plan if Sonny's on the board.
All of us will go to camp if Sonny's on the board.
Yeah, he ain't. There's no way. There would have to be an insane bad story about Sonny Styles.
That was a big drop.
To break.
They had him as a number 7 overall player.
And by the way, y'all, I've done about 5 mocks using the census, and then they never did that. Of course, I go online and brag about it, and it screws up. Of course, that's how it works. And every time,
I wanted to do a mock draft where we traded up to get Sonny just to see what it would take, and lo and behold, he fell to his live. What in the world?
I mean, I appreciate him making it easy on us, but good lord,
there ain't no way. There he goes. About to say,
he's gone.
Going to the Jackson Chiefs too, of all teams. Linemen
That's a great spot for him.
I know who I'm taking, y'all. He's there again.
Sadiq and Sadiq went to Minnesota. Him and Kyler Murray together. That's exciting.
Alrighty. Reject it.
Yes.
Accept it.
Reject.
Okay.
So Kayla Lemieux. That's who I want, without a doubt, 100%.
Talk to us, Pickle, because I can't see those.
And he was Utah's left tackle, just so y'all know, coming off this season.
He is one of two of Utah's tackles in contention for top O tackle spot. After he's long, he's lean, he's 6'5", 302 pounds. He underpins his game with a credible blend of explosion, flexibility, which amounts to an awe-inspiring inspiration, recovery, athleticism. In the run game, he's not powerful as his teammate, but he can pull off high, difficult reach blocks and fulfill his assignments dutifully. In 2025, he improved the point of attack power and displacement on downs and base blocks. Meanwhile, in pass protection, Lemieux is malleable, lower body technician and methodical precision hand fighter. Those hyper elite flexible services as an underclad failsafe to swivel and anchor, absorb power, acquire leverage, and play with controlled lean. A safe prospect who's stamped in pass protection and trembling up his run game, Lemieux is worthy of his assigned round 1 status and improved potential.
Yeah, I mean, both the guys from Utah are big prospects in this. This
is the other tackle up there too?
Yeah,
from Utah. Both of them are up there.
No.
The other
one is Monroe Feely of Georgia.
No, I'm talking about the other Utah tackle because then they have 2 or no?
They did, but
yeah, they got 2.
Deez, do we need to go ahead and do the right thing for the program in your graphics or no?
It don't matter. It's just a mock draft. Because look, it's a simple conversation. Kadyn Proctor is a guy that has been renowned or in this draft as a guy who's an absolute athletic freak. Okay, he's 366 pounds coming out of Alabama, and he's only 20 years old. This is a guy that is a long-term investment in the franchise if you draft him. We're drafting at 19. You see him projected at 25.
6'7".
6'7". I saw a photo of Proctor today where he has his knee up near his chin.
No, he does. I looked that up. He has a 30-inch vertical there as a 350.
And his leg is like extended like a punter would, straight up in the air. And I'm like, I could never do that, much less do it now.
Athletic.
And here's this guy over 350, 6'7", that has this kind of athleticism. And what I don't like around the league that I'm reading articles on and things like that is Proctor becoming a guard in the NFL. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to grab a tackle, a massive tackle. And you talk about run blocking power. All the reasons why we drafted Ickey. You talk about a guy you're bringing in to replace Taylor Moton in the long run. Proctor is a guy that would be the perfect bookend for Ikem Ekwonu when he comes back healthy, in my opinion. If you wanted a road grading offensive line with 2 huge tackles, you grab a guy like Proctor. And it looks like it's not worth a trade back. It's not a big reach if you take him at 19, in my opinion. A lot of people like this guy, and I'm one of them too. Look, there's multiple offensive linemen that I like in this draft and that I would take. Like I said, the top 4, the top 5, any one of them will be okay. I know from when we drafted Ikem Ekwonu and how he was compared to Charles Cross that I don't need to be the judge of that. I'm gonna let the professionals do that. You know what I mean? Sir. Because I can watch film, but I can't diagnose it to the ability that these guys are doing it by watching them in person as professionals. So I know the top 5, and I know I'm cool with them, and Monroe is one of them, and we covered him in detail last week. But this week, I did just want to take a few moments to talk about how good this Proctor prospect is and how athletic he is and how amazing it would be with him to replace Taylor Moton going down the road and Ikem Ekwonu coming back healthy. Cole, that was my vision for the for the thumbnail I made, we don't have to use it, and we don't have to draft him here. But I at least wanted to have
absolutely. It's a conversation worth having. Pickle, go ahead next, and then I'll just kind of end this and round it out. I want to see where you want to pick.
Well, you know what? I agree with these. My only issues, and I haven't seen him play. Maybe I should. But they said that basically he's so big that at times his footwork is not elite, but it could get better. And he consistently issues against speed rushers to the outside, but that's why some teams say, or some experts seem to think he plays guard, but at 6'7", I think that's too big, too tall for a guard.
That's
my personal opinion.
Tall
It's too
for
tall for a guard. I think he's offensive tackle, or he doesn't play in the NFL. I mean, you could put him on the line, but you're going to have a bigger quarterback than we got. But with these three tackles here, you're going Caleb Lemieux, Monroe Feely, and Proctor. I think, Monroe Feely's probably my answer, but I'm very okay with going with either three of them. I really am. Moreau is 315. Lemieux is 313. Jordan Gross was only 310 pounds. So, Proctor is 352. Personally, I like Proctor's size a lot, and I have had drafts before where I take him at first, and I'm not scared to do that. What do you think, Cole?
I think my feelings, and for the sake of this program, I am going to have to go with Proctor. And I really didn't know much about the Utah tight end until I sat down with y'all and watched the combine, and he looked great. I think Freeland's going to be great too. There really is no wrong answer with anybody we've talked about right now. But just for the size and girth of that man, I would have to go Proctor.
Right. And to be fair, if we knew that offensive tackles stacked up like this, we may would have ourselves went ahead and traded back a spot or two.
Sure. And just let it play out for us.
Right. And the hard part about going to a situation like this is you can't say, hang on and look who's on the board.
Right.
So it's Proctor with the 19th pick.
I think for me personally, Pickle, I'd go Proctor, Freeland, and then the Utah tackle. But they're all three, I feel like, are going to be solid players in this league.
There's four of us here, 3 for Proctor. Oh, here we go. Sorry, Jake.
Jake, you got a higher chance to win, probably. He's a higher ranked player.
Don't worry about it. It's going to be who the Dan Morgan picks.
Sam.
Moreau went to the Eagles.
Heck of a prospect. I mean, I'm glad we dug into him last week, and I'm glad we took some time to talk about Proctor this week so that the Carolina Panthers fans know what the situation we're getting ourselves into. Because as of right now, and not saying it can't change because it most certainly can, but as of right now, this is the move that the Panthers need to make. They need to draft one of these high-end tackles at 19, and now the Blue&Black attack. And the Cole Show specifically has broken down 2 of them for you. And we'll be getting into Lomo and some Lemieux or whatever you say, and some of these other guys as well. We got, like I said, about a month or a little less than a month before the draft, so there's more time to break down these players and how they could impact this team going forward.
D's, outside of Sonny Styles and that random fall down all the way up, I don't think there's another position on any player that you can talk me into where I'm not taking one of those linemen we just talked about. There's no way I'm taking a lineman first round.
If we hadn't spent $120 million on an edge rusher, I would disagree, but we did. So I would have to agree with you on that. With the money we've invested in that guy's got to be a star. Us drafting 2 of them last year, back-to-back, second round and third round. We still got Princely. I mean, I don't know how much it matters who the 4th guy in the rotation is because we got 3 strong ones to start out.
I'm sorry to interrupt these. I would think the fourth guy is the heavy special teams guy. I would think, because generally speaking, for the rotational D end would be Princely off as a rotational guy, would it not be? Princely kind of relieve both
Yeah,
in
I
a
would think
long
so.
drive,
I
right?
agree with that. Yeah.
And then the fourth guy plays, but he may not get on there all the time. So if you look at the Panthers roster now, think of a guy that's got some experience, but he's also played on special teams a lot. And maybe when he gets an opportunity, he's effective. We had a guy last year, he slips my name now, that we got off
Travis Gibson.
Gibson. He
was
was
effective,
effective
and a special
when he
team
was
guy.
out there. Plus, he's played some special teams, so he would be a guy that I would consider keeping around as my fourth guy.
Not against
Just
that
me.
at all.
Right. Up here on this, this says, but if you wanted to consider this, I can try to get a 26th instead of that 27th. That won't do us no good anymore.
I'm not taking any trade backs with who's on the board right now.
No.
Okay.
No way, no how.
I know who y'all want anyway. So.
Oh yeah, we're probably. Yeah, I guess I would still probably do that. Yeah.
100% Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah,
and I'm throwing a card at the commissioner. I'm not even bringing it to him.
I'm gonna ride with Jake this time, Pickle. I'm going J Rod my damn self.
Okay, there we go.
Deez, were you okay with that? You thinking elsewhere?
Yeah, and I think the chat was too cold. Too many people echoing that pick in the chat to go against it. There's just no way.
Okay. Shout out to the chat. Thank y'all for being here. You said Slaughter just went Pickle. Yeah, he was damn sure a target.
Yeah.
Sure was.
No.
Now's where we start to kind of deviate a little bit.
Right. The two centers that I actually preferred are gone.
God.
But you got Braceful, who's from Alabama. He's not a bad center by any means. And you got Brian Parker the second. And I kind of looked at Brian Parker a little bit today because I took him in the mock earlier. He's so far mirroring the issue that Barton got last year. But according to this, he's not as athletic as Barton is. But he's played guard or he's played tackle, but there is a desire, but he did play center in high school. So what do y'all think? I would rather have Braceful, myself, Parker Braceful from Alabama. But that's just my opinion though. But he is a little bit underweight by this at 289. But what do y'all think?
Well, all right. Now is where we need to talk about the center. Okay, who we brought in here is Luke Fortner, and he finished top 10 last year in his center position in the NFL for the Saints. He really helped Tyler Shaw have that run that he had. And now we're just questioning the depth of the center position in the third round is what we're doing, because clearly Fortner is going to be our starter. Do you remember how many years we signed him for? One year.
1 year.
Okay.
Right.
So what that tells me is that depth at the center position is a lot more important. Okay.
Right.
We haven't re-signed Austin Corbett. We haven't made any kind of talks about that he's going to be competing for the center job, or he's going to be depth for center. So it puts us in a situation, Pickle, where we really do need that depth at center. There's not another guy. Now, there is some versatility to who we signed in Fortner. Fortner has played guard before, so he could move out to guard should somebody go down. I would hope not. Two of our best players are guards, but should that happen, he's a guy that can step in, and then this guy potentially drafted here would be in the spotlight. He would be a starter on the offensive line because there's not another center really. Brady maybe if we re-sign Brady, but that hasn't happened yet either. So if we're doing this mock draft in real time of where the Panthers are, then we got to have a center here. And I know that we've drafted a lot of Alabama guys on the Cole show for whatever reason.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we keep drafting Alabama guys, but it's just kind of by chance. It's not like this is an Alabama podcast and we're pushing the Crimson Tide, but by any means. But it just seems like it just when we get to our chance and our opportunity to take a player, it seems like BPA or the best player in the position of need is an Alabama player. But I guess that makes sense. I mean, that's a good team. Those guys recruit well. They bring people in, NIL, all that good stuff. So yeah, you got my vote for the center here after kind of talking through it with you, because I can't put us in a situation where we just don't have a center and have to bring a guy in off the street, and that could very well be the case.
Dees, don't forget your mentality. You're thinking you're not the only one that's like that. Dan Morgan, his mentality and how he likes to shop is the exact same way from what we've seen so far. So if he comes to the SEC and gets his players picked, well, it ain't going to surprise anybody anymore, I don't think.
And about these two centers, I'm going to be honest. I read up a little bit of Brian Parker II. I like him. I like his skill set. I really do like him. But of these two, I'm going to go with Parker Brailford, because he is a natural center. He's an athletic natural center. He fits a zone-orientated scheme. That's something that we desire to have. He's 6'2", 290 pounds. So he's a little light, but he'll grow into it. And having Fortner in front of him for his rookie year will allow him to grow if he's not 100% ready. Although I think he will be, but if he's not, Fortner is in front of him, and either way, it's good depth on the line. This would be my vote, Parker Fresno.
And Pickle, that he's going to have a good offensive line coach that can develop players in Joe. So I'm okay with Parker right there as long as y'all are. Jake, how you feeling about that? You cool with it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay in here because my connection's bad. I've been asking for me and Pickle both been asking for a center, and probably you too, Cole and Dees.
Yes, sir.
We've been asking for a center for years now, so I have no issue whatsoever going with the center. As long as it's the right fit and it's who Dan Morgan and company likes, I'm perfectly fine with whoever the hell it is.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the contract told us everything, Pickle. They signed Fortner to a 1 year.
It's a prove it deal. I like it.
It's a prove it deal, and then it looks like he's a stopgap. He's just something holding back what we're working on, and drafting one will be the one we're working on. That just makes too much sense to me.
Dees, you hit it on the head earlier. I'm not live and die PFF like most and a lot of people are, but he was a top 10 center. And to think we got that in free agency from our division rival, that's pretty solid to me, Pickle.
Right. So who we going here, though?
I voted for Parker. Go Parker.
Okay, I got you. There we go.
Works for me.
Yep.
Deontay Lawson to the Bears.
Golly geez, everyone Kilgore to the Giants, to the break my heart.
I mean, it's the consensus. They're going to snag him.
Right.
Carson back to the Browns. That's a long time before we pick again. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In real life, I probably took that trade, but we're not doing that shit.
Here earlier on the mock I did this morning, I took a center with a third pick. I don't remember who I took. And then in the fourth round, I found myself with another center, and I ended up taking two centers, with the knowing that one of them was switched to guard. That was my issue before. But what do y'all want to do?
That's pretty smart.
I want to chase the team needs, honestly, Pickle. Check out safeties, corners, and tight ends.
Okay.
We always need another safety. You know, Vero's our defensive coordinator, so we always need one more safety. It's just a fact.
Okay, I wasn't too moved by the tight end list. We can come back if we need to.
Well, safety class is deep. I mean, down here,
I like that.
Fourth, fifth round.
I don't know nothing about the safety.
I haven't dug that deep in the draft yet. We still got time, but
the corners, we're at pick 1-8 and 119.
I'm sure the chat's got plenty of people they like.
I saw a player I want.
Okay, who is it?
I saw a slot cornerback, I believe Everett is from Georgia at 127. It'd be a little bit of a reach, but not too bad. Check to see if he was playing the slot or the outside. He's 6'1". I didn't know he was 6'1". I thought he was a little shorter than that.
Mostly comfortable inside saddle and trail, where he can position himself to off-the-wall opponents contend for targets. He flourishes as a playmaker and turnover generator with 3 interceptions in 24, but he still ran out inconsistent, reducing over-the-top corners routes, getting off blocks in the run game. For zone NFL schemes, he's worthy of early round tender, but there's work left to be done.
I think you just sold it for me. That's a zone scheme, zone cornerback. I'm picking him.
Yeah, and plays the slot, looking for an upgrade over Chad Smith-Wade. So, yeah, we have to keep slot corner and safety both in mind. They are in play to upgrade on this defense. The tight end position is also a need, guys. But we need tight end to block probably and help our rookie left tackle is how this is looking.
Right.
And I would just go ahead and dedicate Tommy Trimble to helping our left tackle all year.
Me too.
2026. Guys, they haven't really targeted the tight ends that much in the passing game.
No, anyway. I just don't see us validating it.
And now you got a first-year play caller in Brad Idzik. And I don't know why fans just feel like that the Carolina Panthers are just going to have a renaissance with Brad Idzik as a play caller throwing to the tight end. And it's probably not going to happen. Probably what's going to happen is the tight end is going to chip a lot and then leak into the flat, and that's about it. And Bryce is going to mostly overlook
and that's what everybody does. That's fine.
Yeah.
We could peek at the defensive tackles as well. I wouldn't mind that. Safety's concerned as well. You're right, Deez.
It wouldn't hurt. No, the defensive tackle wouldn't hurt either. But I mean, we got Cam Jackson trying to prove himself. This would be someone to compete with Cam.
Do we need another linebacker? Because I would go Perkins, Jacob. How you feeling about that? And he crashed out.
Yeah.
My man. Thank you.
No, hang on.
Tonight, Jacob.
Hang on.
You left him in the back.
I did.
Hey, buddy.
There I go.
There you go. No, that's my fault.
Got you in at the perfect time. Would you take Harold Perkins right here?
I get excited.
Now, hold on. Now, I need y'all to look at Edge right quick, and then I need to see if there's a certain name still on there because we've met with this dude in the Senior Bowl. We've had another formal meeting with him too. His name is Mason Rieger, and he went to the University of, I think, Wisconsin.
Right
yeah, that dude right there. Hey, I'm not talking about right now, but we are going to draft that man, dude.
All right, so let's try to risk it. Then we'll wait on him next round.
That's smart. That sounds smart. Good input, Jake.
You want to go? Who else were we debating? Perkins and who? There's one more player we were talking about. Who was it?
Quarterback.
Oh, that slot. Oh, you're looking.
Who have y'all drafted
position?
since I've been gone?
Did we take Everett or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on from another pick from then. Okay,
No,
so
back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Shit, I was like,
Yeah,
how
we're
did we
back
get
to
here that fast? Since we're back to back, we could reach on Jacob's player, but I kind of want to roll the dice. What do y'all think?
Who have y'all drafted since I got?
We took us. Did you see the slot corner from Georgia?
But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Everett.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Pickle. I see it. We're not taking Cupcake. Get off that screen.
No, I'm not.
No, he ain't looking at Cupcake.
How about Green?
You want to take a quarterback there? What round are we in?
4, right?
Fifth.
My bad.
There's another quarterback I'd take right here, right now.
See,
it ain't Green.
No.
Okay, I see.
We got 3 picks left. Let's remember that.
I think we need to inject some juice into the offense somewhere. A running back, wide receiver, tight end, something.
What's that running back from Wake Forest? He any good?
He's fast as fucking shit. I can tell you that.
They said that guy from Clemson is killer.
Clemson.
Hang on.
Yeah, he's little.
Yeah, this running back from Clemson ain't little. He's former wide receiver too.
No, I like him. We took him that last time.
There he is too. Adam Randall, boy. Woo.
Adam Randall.
Yeah, he can catch too. That's what Dave Townsend's been looking for that, Jake.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be it might be early for him, but I'd still draft him.
Well, the 203. What pick number?
I mean, it ain't like it's.
What pick number on 158?
Yeah.
I would draft him, and then I would draft my boy from Wisconsin.
Would you take this dude before Perkins? Is Perkins just irrelevant anymore because of what we did in free agency?
I don't think so.
I mean, I really don't.
I like Perkins,
but I mean,
we've done so much for our defense, though, and adding Jacob Rodriguez too.
I tell you what.
Yeah, we did draft J-Rod.
How about if we take Randall?
Yeah, we can take Randall because we drafted J-Rod. I forgot about that.
Are we all agree to that one?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, he's lower than Kruger, though, so we could go Kruger first and then Randall if you wanted to. It's up to y'all.
Oh, yeah.
There's not much risk because it's back to back, so you can just grab them and then we're.
Okay.
And we got one pick left.
One of them.
200.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and hash this out with Cole.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that Cole's concerned with the running back room with the year that Chuba had, but the fact is, Cole, and it's just stats, okay?
It is.
The man Chuba, our man Chuba, because he is still on this team. He is still our number one halfback. Our man Chuba had 1,200 yards on 250 carries, and nobody else did. Not last year, but the year before. So Chuba can get it done in the NFL on an elite level. I think at that time he was around 5th or so in the NFL in rushing. He can get it done, and that wasn't a good Panthers team. I mean, it wasn't. We won 5 games. So with that kind of production from him, I would think that he could do it again, barring injury. And the calf injury was a real setback. I think it lingered. I think it held him back. When he finally got healthy, you could tell he had a burst. He looked better. He was outrunning people on the field. I remember that pass to the flat that he caught. He took all the way to the house, 30, 40 yards, whatever it was. Chuba can't get it done. He really can. He's shown us that he can. And I don't think that you should be too worried about that position because I know you're worried about what's behind him.
And I should be.
But if Chuba stays healthy, I mean, we're talking about a 1,200-yard rusher, top 5 in the NFL with only 250 carries. You got to remember everybody that was ahead of him, all 4 people that were ahead of him had 300 carries or more. So you can question Chuba's durability a little bit if you want to. I get that. But I wouldn't question his ability. His ability is greater than his durability, at least from what we've seen in the last 2 seasons, from what I'm seeing, Cole.
If I could add my 3 cents into this.
Your 30 cents.
Well, there's a reason why I say 3.
Okay.
I agree with you with what Dee said about Chuba. Also, Dan Morgan still likes Brooks. He has a lot of faith in Brooks. He's also mentioned Edmonds quite a bit. ET. He just drafted ET last year. I believe Dan Morgan feels about the running back room like we do about the tight end. I believe Dan likes the room. He likes who's in there, and I don't believe he's going to go get a running back or a tight end in this draft. That's just my opinion. So, but I've always felt the same way about tight end. So.
Yeah, unless there's a highly, on their list of either a tight end or a running back just sitting there at one of them picks that they didn't expect for him to be there. Kind of like what happened with Mitchell Evans when we drafted him. I don't think anybody in our room thought that he was going to be there. So they just said, hell, he's the best player available. Still here at a round before that we wouldn't think he'd be here. We're going to take him.
That's the way Sanders was when he was there at the 4th. A lot of people had him a lot higher than that.
Yes, they did.
Pickle, you got an interesting group on your screen right here.
Well, those are all edges.
I know. I'd like to see the script on Tyreek Sapp, as well as I feel like we watched Anthony Jr. from Duke in the combine. I remember him. Then, of course, Rager, like Jake said, we met with him a lot. So
that dude's an animal. Regardless of who we take right here, he's going to be a developed guy. I don't think any of these guys right here is going to be guys we see instantly as a starter.
Right. Remember, these guys you're looking at now, these edges, will be the 4th guy.
Yep.
That's fine.
And he may. And
shit happens. They'll move up the depth chart.
He may be pushed off the depth chart because of a special teamer. Yep. So he may be inactive for at least for his full rookie season because of a special teamer is going to play above him.
These are guys that we hope takes LeBron Ray's job, so to speak.
Well, no, LeBron Ray plays.
I don't think he's going to be.
No, LeBron Ray plays D lineman. These are considered edge rushers, like basic old fashioned terms for outside linebackers.
Well, you're talking about just for the roster spot in general.
So,
I understand both sides.
Right. There's
Sapp is 6'2", 273.
Mm-hmm. He's old fashioned defensive end built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's got a red hot motor on all 3 downs. I do see that. That's important.
Right.
Fleet-footed acceleration.
How tall was Charles Johnson? He wasn't very tall either. He was, what, 6'2", 6'3", if that?
He was 6'4".
He was 6'4". I didn't think Charles Johnson was that tall.
Yeah, check out Anthony Jr. Shit, that's a fucking Ohio State player. Well, Anthony Jr. coming soon, 6'6", 258.
That's a big dude right there.
Let's see if they got anything above him, that Curry dude from Ohio State. Then probably not. Coming soon. 6'3", 257. Y'all can do what you want to. If you want to go that Jake's guy, the edge rusher, I'm cool with it. What was it, Wisconsin? Where's he from?
Yeah, Wisconsin. He transferred out of Louisville.
Rager.
Wisconsin. Yeah. Yep.
Dees, how you feeling about that?
I mean, it's a guy the Panthers are heavy invested to. It's the same as Rodriguez for me.
Mm-hmm.
They believe he can come in and fill a need, and that's all that really matters, because I don't understand everything about the Avero defense, right? Like, I can watch some film and I can digest some things for myself, but it doesn't mean that I know what specific need that Avero is looking for this guy to fill. And I understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I know my limitations to the understanding of these players. And if I see them targeting somebody heavily, I have to believe that they can come in and contribute. And I think a lot of it has to do with what Pickle was talking about, the special teams players. Because Dave Canales has done a way better job than anybody in the last 10 years of focusing on special teams and having people contribute and come in and play on that side of the ball. And if you look at somebody we brought in like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, who really saved our butts in several games last year, you gotta realize that the focus on special teams is real here in Carolina, and it is a big part of the game. It's one of the 3 phases. So if the Panthers are locked in on a guy like Rodriguez and here Kruger, I believe it is, so those 2 guys are probably a vital role in special teams and offer value beyond just being a backup player.
Pickle, you ain't got to read that whole thing. What do you see interesting about Perkins right now?
They can play safety.
That he can play safety?
I would put him at safety.
Well, then you know what to do.
Or like a hybrid linebacker.
That sounds perfect to what we got going on over here.
Run slot in some packages, you know what I mean? Like maybe he comes in on nickel,
I can't believe he's still
or maybe
there.
he comes in on just dime. But
it says he's an electric pass rusher, pursuant threat with some range and playmaking ability in zone coverage. He might be too small to play traditional early down linebacker roles, and he needs to improve his man coverage technique to exist as a hybrid in the NFL. His best fit might come as a role similar to John Menace, a hybrid overhanging our dime linebacker who can attack downhill, serve as a pass rush catalyst, run and chase pursuit angles, and drop into short intermediate zone.
I think that could work.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now just a little bit about Harold Perkins. If it wasn't for an ACL tear in 2024, he'd be a first round draft pick, and there's no doubt in my mind. That's the only thing that held him back. The dude is outstanding. He's great talent.
Right.
He's amazing talent, and I highly doubt. What are we in the 5th round? I don't think he makes it to the 5th round at all.
No,
I don't either.
I'm getting him though, Pickle, if we can, sir.
So who you want here, guys?
Perkins.
I'm with y'all, man. I don't.
Right.
This is all gravy to me. We got our offensive lineman. Got my favorite.
I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all ain't gonna want to hear. We got to go offense this next pick, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, we have to. I don't care. I don't even care who the name is. Number
Jesus
one
Christ.
offensive player.
Vero, you ain't got no more excuses, bro.
No, I'm telling y'all right now, we got a top without even a draft, without us even going into draft. We have a top 10 defense on paper.
Nice pieces of that shit too, Jacob. I think the quarterback.
Seahawks got Green.
Yep.
That don't even make sense.
Cupcake to the Falcons.
And Cupcake wins out.
I just want to say real quick though, if all the centers that we like or our GM likes are gone by the round that they want to draft the center, Pat Coogan, it would be a pretty decent developed center behind Luke Fortner, honestly, for a later center.
Yeah, Pickle, you can get out of there. I ain't heard of not nail one of them quarterbacks.
He said I ain't heard none of them quarterbacks.
We'll take a quarterback in this year's draft, y'all. Might not like it, but we'll take one. So, go ahead, though. Where you want to go?
Wait a minute, go back to quarterback. Is he not there?
Who?
I bet you is. Scroll down. Haynes King, he is still there.
Yeah,
Haynes King is still there.
Because he was undrafted.
And
this not our last pick,
board,
though, is it?
Yeah, in this board, we don't have a 7th, but in reality, we have a 7th. So,
let's go.
What y'all want to do there?
Let's look at the wide receiver. There's a tight end from Wyoming. I've heard a little bit about him. I don't know nothing much about him, but I know he's gotten a little bit of love in the media, so to speak. That John Michael Gillen.
I'll be honest, I don't see anybody I want or I'm going to reach out and grab. Reading a bunch of mocks that the pros put out that I do, there's a lot of folks. Mike K twice had us taking this Luke Adamaro. Joe Person had us taking Cole Payton. Because we took Cole Payton, I'm like, who the hell is that? I had to look him up.
Yeah, that's North Dakota State quarterback. And the only reason why he probably had a good year is because they always have a great offensive line.
That may be it.
I don't know if I'd be looking for that guy.
Like I said, I had no idea who he was. So I thought, is that some hybrid made-up guy that shares a name with Peyton Manning? I didn't know who he was. So,
yeah, hats off to you if you knew that name from North Dakota State.
Yeah. So, but there's Pat Coogan. He's a center though. Then you got guard. Can always go old tackle again. If you see anybody,
I'd rather go guard, honestly. If I want to go to offensive line, anyways.
Go ahead and keep clicking to the left some more, Pickle.
He wants that wide receiver. I know what he wants.
Make G Baby happy. Go ahead.
I don't know nothing about any of these guys, though, man. This is.
I'll scroll on up.
You in the scenario? These are undrafted guys now. You're looking at.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I said about Haynes King. I think we get him undrafted, and
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Pickle said we draft a quarterback. We're gonna find out.
I've said that for weeks now. We're gonna draft it. Now I'll be fair for those who watching this, or maybe you're watching this recorded, but you need to understand, I believe that, but I'll be clear about it. It'll be rounds 4 through 7. I'm nowhere.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll draft a quarterback in the first, second, or third round. To be honest, it may be late Saturday.
I think it's 5th.
I think it's 5th. I think in the 5th, 6th, or 7th pick. That's just reality of it. And knowing the Panthers, they very well could draft a punter as well. So y'all imagine your predicament if our 6th round pick is a quarterback and our 7th round pick is a punter.
You better hit on everything else.
I'm going up to Ryan Fitzgerald right now while we're talking about this and asking, can you punt too, bro? I know you can kick, but can you punt?
Pickle, y'all ain't gonna want to do it, but I want to see Le'Veon Ball say it. I want to see Jam Miller from Bama.
Okay, I heard the Jam Miller. I don't know.
Yeah, Jam Miller's a hooper. I don't think he's as fast as I want him to be, but everything else seems to be good.
Damn, they don't even got his measurables of weight up here. Oh, yeah, they do. They got his weight, but not how tall he is.
It failed so to do
220.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Not really. It's the last pick. We're good.
Yeah.
Check out Moss for me. And then if Moss ain't got what I want, then we'll holler at him. 5'11", 203.
He averaged 4.4 yards a carry. That's not bad. No, after contact, my bad. That's not bad either. That's good.
That's a good stat too.
It says he's not a proven receiving weapon.
Well, it probably not.
Oh, yeah. we do love to throw to our running back, so that's not good.
He's gonna have to get up out of here. Then my fault.
You say gonna have to get up on out of here. Look at that. Go back. Yeah, that TCU wide receiver. Let's look at him. Good
6'4".
night.
Only thing is you.
That's all it gives you. Is he 6'4"?
Might be all we need to know.
The Cole Show breaking it down all the way to the end of the draft. Make sure
we
you
are.
like and
We're gonna
subscribe,
make sure.
man.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate each and every one of y'all hanging with us here at the bottom of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cole Show edition. We take this stuff seriously, and if you're still watching now, you definitely do too. And we appreciate you. We're going to do the best we can to cover these guys, so you know when the Carolina Panthers select their guy this late that it's a reasonable pick.
Did we draft a guard late, Jacob, like you said earlier, or no? I kind of
we ain't drafted a guard yet.
Hey, Pickle, go to guard for me, my friend. We can ready to settle this. That's all two I liked.
Yeah. He said I saw two.
Hey, listen, I know who I want, but go ahead.
Who do you want? Let me hear that first.
No, you won't.
He wants that quarterback. Go ahead.
No, I don't want Hayes King.
Oh, who do you want? You want Cole Payton?
No, I don't know a damn thing about him.
I was about to say, why do you want him? Because I have no idea.
Like I said, I go to him once because I wanted to see if it was a real person.
Damn, he only threw 4 interceptions.
And yeah, he's got some good numbers.
Hell yeah, he does. And he's running. Wait a minute, he might be the complete package according to this. Has a rocket arm. Man,
his biggest negative is he's lacking. He only had 1 year of starting experience, and he's lacking. He's lacking real game reps.
That and he went to North Dakota State.
You're getting him in the 6th round. He's 6'3", 232 pounds.
I think I agree with these though. I think Haynes King as an undrafted quarterback to compete with Kenny Pickett would be very nice.
Hey, D's.
Oh, I keep forgetting we got Pickett.
Can you?
Wow,
the
one we didn't talk about
here. It says Peyton shouldn't be thrown into a fire right away as a field general and as a developmental quarterback first, who could be utilized in certain Taysom Hill.
I do like the sound of that
packages early on.
Okay.
Yeah, gadget guys. What I want. I want a gadget guy as our quarterback. I want a toy.
Just go. You win, but go to guard and look at the guards.
Yeah,
we're taking
said you win. Look at Pickle.
You said person.
Just go to guard for me though. I feel like.
Show me the first two guards right there.
Cooper and DJ Campbell from Texas.
Oh, that one.
Well, him too.
Lord,
Harvey,
what a
good
guard.
Lord. 6'6", 308.
He's 25 years old, but he went to JUCO. Yeah, I might go ahead and just draft him because he came up from JUCO too. Yeah, shit.
He started out at right tackle.
Hey, people that come up from JUCO, man, they got a little bit of bitterness in their mouth.
Yeah, he's gonna have a little chippiness to him.
Yes, he is.
Now we'll look at Cooper.
Cooper and
then
Campbell.
DJ Campbell.
This thing down.
That's a big guard too. Shit.
6'6", 304.
Okay, 6'3". That's like Damian Lewis height right here.
He anchored the line, huh?
However, athletic limitations slightly cap his ceiling.
We got that problem now, so it's okay.
I won't go say it. I was thinking it, but I won't go say it.
You might as well say it.
It's either one of the guards or that quarterback we just talked about. I'm good with either way y'all want to go, vote-wise. That don't matter.
Because we're talking about depth at guard, and y'all know this past season we got all the way down to our last guard on the team, Jake Curran, who hasn't been re-signed. And,
yeah, we got Pickett too, so I'm kind of feeling the guard.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea considering what we just lived.
Okay. We're going quarterback or guard? I'll tell me who to clip.
Well, quarterback's going to be a UDFA pick. Well, I'm going to keep telling you until you remember.
You
wait and see. You wait and see, bro.
Hayes King.
That quarterback.
We got a debate here, y'all.
Live.
Hayes King's going to sign to the Panthers as soon as the draft is over.
Yeah, you think that.
That's
same
facts.
day.
Who's going to be right? Is it going to be D's? Us going with the UDFA? We shall see.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about the JUCO guard? I kind of like.
If I was a quarterback
at
the UDFA, I would not come to Carolina.
No. Why, you scared of Kenny Pickett? Is that what you're saying? Kenny Pickett's just scary and you don't want to compete with him?
Because David Canales has showed an increasingly disdain for the rookie quarterbacks, especially in the UDFA. The only way that we draft a quarterback is by Dan Morgan doing it without Dave Canales' permission, because Dave Canales doesn't want to draft a quarterback. Dave Canales wants a veteran quarterback, and he's already shown that himself.
No, I agree
because
with that
he
part.
said it. He said that before, that he did not want rookie quarterbacks. He didn't want to have to train a rookie quarterback to read a defense. But that's, like I said, that's my opinion. Strictly my opinion.
Well, that's why
facts. He did say that, though.
Well, that's why we brought in his mentor. We hired his mentor. We've actually hired Dave Canales' mentor. So let him develop the damn quarterback.
Well, that's Dave Canales' prerogative, though. So when Dan wants to look at quarterback, he ain't going to ask Dave Canales' mentor, what do you think? Or he might.
Could y'all see Dave Canales being like a rah-rah, like front office type of head coach? Like roster construction, like that's his main focus. I mean, and just he ain't calling plays. What's he doing? He's the center. He's the focus. He delegates everything. Like I think it's gonna work out for him. I really do.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be coaching people up.
He's gonna carry a little pom pom in his back pocket.
I mean,
whatever it takes to get them fired up and play like they did when they were at their best pickle, I'm down with it because he does get them to play for him. If they can believe in his system, they'll win.
I think him and Dan Morgan is literally the best match that we could have thought about because, I mean, Dan Morgan, that dude's white. He don't sleep. Dan Morgan don't sleep, y'all. He just don't.
Never.
Look at his eyes. That's just the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Just look at Dan Morgan's eyes.
Now.
He's probably on a treadmill working the hell out right now is what he's doing. Watching film at the same time.
Podcast, talking shit, cussing me out.
Jake, which one of these guards are we taking?
I'm taking the JUCO guard.
Oh,
him?
Right there.
Okay. Is that who we're taking?
D's, how you feeling?
Any of this is fine. It's okay.
Any of those? How you feeling, Pickle?
Yeah, it's just 6th round pick. They may or may not even make the 53.
Take him. We've shopped in the South enough. We can go get a working player.
Hey, the point was, Cole, we debated it quite well, and we
Sure.
talked about it a lot. So
You can validate anything. It's fine.
we brought up all the scenarios for Panthers fans to think about when we get down here in the draft and players to look for, and I think that's the important part, and we covered that well.
I agree. I'm looking at our draft picks over there on the left side now, and I'm really feeling it. I like it. And Dan always talks about productive. He wants to draft productivity, and I think we got a draft board full of it. We really do.
I think we had a hell of a draft. I think the only thing that I wish we had an extra pick, man. I really do, because
Pickle said in real life we do.
Yeah, in real life we do. Yeah.
I would love.
Oh,
I'll go to Tankathon here in a minute. I'll show it to you.
I think the only thing we missed out was drafting a safety. I think we could add to that room, the back end of that room, so to speak.
Yeah, can we go over? There it is. This is a screen I wanted to go over here. Kadyn Proctor, you see there at number 19. Number 51, Jacob Rodriguez, heavily chased after by the Carolina Panthers so far. That's kind of hard for me to see. Parker Brailsford?
Yes.
Is center out of Alabama, of course, because this was, once again, the Cole Show. We always get Alabama players, not on purpose. Looks like Dalen Everett, cornerback out of Georgia, replaced Chow Smith-Wade is what we were thinking about. Adam Randall, running back out of Clemson, who had his pro day today. Panthers were in attendance there. I can't remember the reporter that put it out, but they said somebody would get a steal in this guy, and we took advantage of that reporting today on this.
I read that myself. I agree.
Harold Perkins Jr. as well, linebacker out of LSU, and that running back was a wide receiver before, so he's got great hands.
I love that.
They want to add that. The Harold Perkins draft pick, I really like that one that late. I mean, I really do.
Yeah,
we've been bitching about depth at linebacker forever now, and we're finally addressing it here on the Cole Show. I like that. And then the much debated Alex Harkey at offensive guard for Oregon. We know we get guard depth. We know we got to our last guard last season. Great draft by the Cole Show. Good job, guys.
We did good. That wasn't bad for 2.0, Pickle.
If I could say, this Harold Perkins is a guy who highly possible could start on special teams his rookie year.
Oh, I'm putting him on kickoff team right now to smear people. Are you kidding me?
I mean, just strictly as a blitzer, tackler, stuff like that on special teams, he's right there. And then you could edge him out as he learns. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, we were starting undrafted rookies last year at linebacker and the year before. So, who's to say? And listen, a few years ago, the Panthers had a 7th round pick and drafted a linebacker.
And
then
traded that
trading
linebacker.
him. Then we ended up trading him to the Seahawks for this corner that everybody said, who the hell's that? And it turned out to be a really good trade for us. So
yes, it did. Jake, it doesn't have to be the best player. It can be a value answer. What's your favorite things on the board right now?
The favorite, I mean, you know me, I'm biased as hell. I'm going Jacob Rodriguez. I mean, honestly, you're talking about a guy that could not have more improved his draft stock, y'all, from the combine. I mean, he's an absolute animal. I mean, I don't. It's going to be very hard for him to actually fall to our pick 51 in the second round, because I think he's going to actually go earlier than that in the second. But if we manage to get Jacob Rodriguez, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to be down the road. Like, I don't even know. I'm just going to be streaking. Maybe I might be.
Damn it, man! Pickle, anything on that board jumping out to you that could pop off that would work in your eyes?
I'm intrigued by Randall. I'm intrigued where they would use him. I'm looking at this board, and I'm saying right now that for myself personally, I'm looking at 3 starting. I'm looking at the first 3 picks are day 1 starters.
I agree with that.
That's good. That's solid.
2
on the offensive line.
With the right training camp and the coaches,
sure,
you may even say
4.
Your 4th round pick is a starter.
I think he could be our starting slot corner.
Yeah.
He was going to be my answer. That's what I'm kind of most excited. Not the best player on our board, but what I'm most excited about is a potential starting slot corner at 119.
Right, with Randall and Perkins helping out on special teams.
Sure.
So I mean,
we did good. All those people are going to play. They're going to be on the field one way or another.
And Alex Harkey could be a practice.
Who knows?
No, you don't know. You absolutely don't know. And I say that in a lot of jest ways, but we drafted a reserve offensive lineman in the sixth round 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and this week he signed a big contract as a starting center of the Detroit Lions. So
crazy.
You never know what a sixth round pick will do or go.
Deez, how you feeling about that? Anybody else jumping off to you?
Really looking over it, I think it's Perkins, because Perkins failed, Harold Perkins Jr., and like Pickle said, he would immediately start on special teams. And he's a guy that could probably make an impact. We saw Justin Simmons make an impact in special teams last year, a guy that was brought in off the street basically for the Carolina Panthers, and he ended up blocking a kick or a punt in a playoff game. So I believe that a guy like Harold Perkins Jr. could make that same kind of impact on special teams for the Panthers, where he's forcing fumbles or something like that. And we see him as an actual difference maker. Even though later on in the draft, it's still a guy that can be a difference maker. And that's what I was pointing out earlier about Dave Canales. He has a focus on the special teams in a way that guys like Matt Rule or Frank Reich didn't have. And I like that. And that means a lot to me because they make plays in games that make a difference. And we literally saw it in the playoffs for the Carolina Panthers this year.
Wholeheartedly agree, my friend. I think that about does it for me, fellas. Anything else y'all want to talk about before we start saying our goodbyes?
No, I'm looking forward to the draft, and before that, I'm looking for us to get some breaking news on us signing another veteran-worthy left tackle. I can't wait for that to happen.
Very, very true. You want to go ahead and lead us off with our goodbyes this evening, sir?
Oh yeah, just thank everybody for joining, commenting. Make sure you like and subscribe, share the video if you don't mind, and thank every single one of y'all. Keep pounding.
I appreciate you, Jacob. Pickle, you back? You ready to say your goodbyes, sir?
Yes, sir. Real quick, let me show y'all.
What you got?
I'll get my finger working right. There's the draft, and there's our total picks for real life. Now we don't have it. What the hell? Hey, we had that 7th round pick.
We might have lost it on some bullshit. Whoever knows.
It might have been on their part. Who knows? Who knows? It's a little bit confusion. Some sites say we have a 7th, and some sites we don't. So it would be a good project for somebody to go find out the mystery of the night. Do the Carolina Panthers actually have a 7th round pick?
I think we can get that answer. I appreciate you as always, Panther Pickle. Diesel Skills, my friend. Talk to us about what you got going on this week. Thank you for being here with me tonight.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Duke. Big close game win, 80-79 over Florida State. Florida State did have the opportunity to win the game in the final 3-pointer, but they just missed it. So my apologies.
Wow, it's a big moment. Yeah,
SAR's defense, and that's why I'm telling everyone to watch out for Duke in the tournament this year, not just the ACC tournament, but the NCAA tournament, because of our defense. SAR just won the game for us, closed it out over a great game played by Florida State. So my apologies to the chat. I'm usually in the chat the entire show. I wasn't in it as much tonight because I was watching the game while we were doing this. But, man, everybody that watches this show afterwards, make sure you like and subscribe. We're so close to 100 subscribers. We're still trying to get there this week, and we can still do it with your help. If you'll just give us a helping hand, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Blue and Black Attack, and especially the Cole Show. This analytical breakdown is brought to you each and every week by our host, Cole. And Cole does a great job of making sure you're ready as a Carolina Panthers fan to know about these prospects in the 2026 upcoming NFL draft. I did want to go ahead and promote Jake the Snake. I'm surprised he didn't take a stab. He's got Invaders Spotlight coming up probably tomorrow. If I can get the work done, it'll be out. If not, the the Blue and Black Attack will have videos on Saturday and Sunday this weekend for you guys to watch. Not only Invader Spotlight coming out soon, but the Brotherhood edition with D Money, and I'll be on with him for that video as well. That'll be coming out, let's just say, at the latest Saturday and Sunday. We'll have both those videos done. And, of course, we'll be back Monday with Deal With It. So the Blue and Black Attack, we are on a roll this week. We're absolutely killing it, Cole. This momentum, yes, I don't know where you want to go with it, but you tell me, my brother. I'm just glad to be a part of it.
I think I just want to just end tonight by saying how proud and good of a week has been, not only for the pod, but for the Panthers, especially. Like, we have been at the top, I would say, pecking order of the league in free agent transactions. We're going to have, I guess you would call it, if you wanted a class, for lack of thereof, top class in the league, top 3, top 5, and we hadn't had that in forever. I think that's going to be beneficial to our defense. We're going to see instant return on our investment with that. So I'm just really happy with that. I appreciate everybody that's pulled up on us this evening. It was a really good draft. It's not the last draft we're going to do. We might mess around and start busting some trades. We'll go different, might get a different tackle next time. There's a lot of different ways this thing can shake out. But we're going to keep you current, up to date as much as we can. Multiple shows a week. All you got to do is look us up. I appreciate everybody. Whoever's got my music, let's go ahead and hit it and get out of here. Thank y'all. Keep
real quick, I want to add in, y'all. We did 2 shows Monday. We did a special breaking news show after the Deal With It, and I also dropped a Panther Pickle Morning Minutes this week. So there's a lot of content,
a lot of stuff
on our YouTube page. Y'all just gotta dive in there and look at it.
Yes, sir. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Look at me. You see my toe. Promises broken, our blood and oil. We started in darkness, 0 and 2, but the lighthouse kept burning, guiding us through. The doubters were loud, the critics were mean, said this young team had no chance to dream. But we kept on pounding through the stormy night. Our lighthouse remains, these waves of light. Ships will sail